All right, Sasikal students, today we are going to cover some important topics in quadratic equations. Number one, we want to talk about, we already know what are zeros of polynomials, how the transition happens from zeros of polynomials to roots of equation. Number two, what is the difference between solution of equation and its roots? Number three, what is middle term splitting method? This we will apply in case of quadratic equation. Quadratic equation. So in a video of 15 minutes, let's try to cover everything. See students, I take one equation x plus y is equal to 2. Now, this is the equation I'm taking x plus y is equal to 2. I can always write it as y is equal to minus x plus 2, taking x on the other side. Now, minus x plus 2 can be considered as a polynomial, linear polynomial. Minus y, forget about y for 1 minute. Minus x plus 2 can be considered as a linear polynomial. Since it's in x, I write f of x is equal to, let's say I assume f of x is equal to y and f of x is equal to minus x plus 2. So it becomes x is equal to minus x plus 2. Now guys, these are the method how I draw this equation. We already know when x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. When x is equal to 0, y is equal to 2. 1, 1, 2, 0 are the other three, we can say, the values of x and y which will satisfy this equation. Okay? Remember, I said which will satisfy the equation. Satisfy the given equation. Every word is important. Now, when I plot 0, 2, 1, 1, 2, 0, this is 0, this is 0, 2, then this is 1, 1, and this is 2, 0. When I plot this, I get this straight line. You know, I know that from my previous experience, the degree of this equation is 1, so it will be a straight line. Now, this is the graph of x plus y is equal to 2. Am I right? This is the graph of x plus y is equal to 2. Now, here, I can use this graphical representation to understand the difference between solution and roots. Let's first discuss what are the solutions of this equation. X plus 2 is equal to 0. Students, I've written here infinity. Does it mean solutions of these equations are infinity or solutions of any equations are infinity? Let's see. Now, I know that these 3 points 0, 2, 1, 1 and 2, 0 are on this line. Am I right? Now let's talk about this point 0, 2. We know it's on the line. 4 minus 2. Well, 1, 2, 3. This is 4 and this is minus 2. 4 minus 2. 4 minus 2 is also on this line. And 5 minus 3 is also on this line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. So I see that whatever points are on this line are also the solutions of this line, and this line represents the equation x plus y is equal to 2. So you can say all these points or all these values of x and y are the solutions of this equation. Since there are infinite points on this line, because the line is not only till this point, students, the line is extending till infinity. Similarly, here also this line is with the same slope extending till infinity. There are infinite points on this line. Similarly, please tell me solution. Students, how many solutions will be there for this line? Please speak.
Infinite.
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 Beautiful.
Infinite.
So it's very interesting thing we came to know. Now we have taken an example of a linear equation. Even if you take the example of a quadratic equation, it might be like this. It might be like this. So in this case, whatever are the points on this quadratic equation are all the solutions of the quadratic equations. You can practice it. Take any quadratic equation. take 5 or 6 points or 8 points, draw the quadratic, this parabola, and then you take any point and you will find that point, the coordinates of that point or the value of x and y satisfy this, parabola or the equation of the parabola. So students, as far as solutions is concerned, I think it's clear to you. Am I right? Am I right, students?
Yes, sir.
Solution is clear. Yes. So how many solutions will be there for a linear equation or for a quadratic equation or for cubic equation, or in general I can say for any equation, how many solutions will be there?
Sir, infinity.
Infinite.
Infinite.
Because there are infinite points on that line or on that parabola or on that cubic curve. This is a cubic curve. Maybe x cube is equal to y. Its shape could be like this or maybe like this. Now students, let us see we know what are the zeros of polynomial. Now this is a polynomial minus x plus 2. Students, what is the zero of this polynomial? It is the value of x for which this polynomial will cease to exist. Means the value of x for which this polynomial value will become 0. Am I right? And that is x is equal to 2. If I put x is equal to 2, it becomes minus 2 plus 2, 0. Y or f of x becomes 0. Now, concept is different. Initially, the concept was taking the value of x and y and seeing whether it satisfies the equation. And what is the meaning of satisfying the equation? I'm talking about previous thing, solutions. Satisfying the equation means, let's say I put 5 and minus 3 here. If I put x is equal to 5 and y is equal to minus 3, it becomes 2. 2 is equal to 2 means left hand side is equal to right hand side. This is simply the meaning of solution. Either you can understand solution means when you put that value of x and y, the left hand side of the equation will become equal to right hand side. Or you can say geometrically, the value of x and y will represent a point on xy plane, right? On this xy plane, the value of x and y will always be, this point will always be on the line or parabola or cubic curve. So if I talk about roots, it's nothing about satisfying the equation. It's about, in this case, if you take this line, this is x plus y is equal to 2. See where this line is cutting the x-axis. Very interesting. When you talk about roots or zeros of polynomial, think where the line is or the curve is. In this case, the curve is cutting here. So in case this distance is 1, this will be x is equal to minus 1 will be the root of this quadratic equation represented by this parabola. This is a parabola where it is cutting the x-axis at x is equal to minus 1. Very interesting. In this case, where this line is cutting the x-axis at x is equal to, speak students,
2.
At x is equal to 2. And interestingly, you are able to observe that the line is cutting the x-axis at x is equal to 2, and also from this we are able to know that x is equal to 2 is the sorry, in case of polynomial, x is equal to 2 is the zero of this polynomial, and in case of this equation, y is equal to minus x plus 2, x is equal to 2 is the root of this equation. So guys, hope I've made a point clear. To sum up, the solution can be infinity of an equation, but the roots can only be how many times it cuts the x-axis. Let's say you have a curve like this. How many times it has cut the x-axis? Tell me.
3.
3.
So very simple, students, its roots will be 3. Now you see, if you talk about a parabola, The parabola is having a degree of 2 because parabola always represents a quadratic equation, and parabola will always cut the x-axis on 2 points. Hence, the roots of parabola are 2. And what is the value of the root? It is this value of x, and number 2, it is this value of x. Thank you, students. Now, the third point is middle term splitting. How we can do middle term splitting? Let us say we take one quadratic equation in only one variable x. Okay. Now, let us say 2 and 3 are the, you can say roots of the quadratic equation. Then we know by our previous experience that x minus 2 into x minus 3 will be the formation of the quadratic polynomial. When you make it equal to 0, it becomes quadratic equation. So it will be x square minus 5x plus 6 is equal to 0. We have gone, like in reverse engineering, we have gone from back to front, and now we will go front to back. Means, suppose this quadratic polynomial is given, how you can apply middle term splitting to find out its roots? Middle term splitting is always done to find out roots of the equation, or you can say to factorize the equation. We want to know its factors. Why we know factors? Factors help us to find out the roots of equation. What you do? Think about the constant term. Constant term is 6. Multiply the constant term with the coefficient of x. In this case, it is 1. So 6 into 1 is 6 only, right? Now, do the factorization of 6. We know it is 2 and 3. Now, this constant term is 6. Had it been minus 6, I would have taken minus 6. It is 6. Now, the two factors of 6 are 2 and 3, right? Now, we want to write these two factors in such a way that their addition, when we add them, it should be equal to coefficient of x. And what is the coefficient of x, students, in this case?
Minus 5.
Minus
In this
5.
case, it is minus 5. So, 2 plus 3 is not equal to minus 5. So, what we will do? We will write here minus 2
Minus
plus
2.
minus 3. Definitely minus 2 plus minus 3 is equal to minus 5. Also, our second condition is also satisfied. How? Minus 2 into minus 3 is equal to?
6.
6.
Very right. So we will do here, we will split middle term. Minus 5x into minus 2x minus 3x plus 6 is equal to 0. Please don't write on the screen. Now, it becomes, take common from x common from this, x minus 2. Take minus 3 common from these two. You again get x minus 2 is equal to 0. Now, take x minus 2 common. It becomes x minus 3 is equal to 0. When you equate, now this into this is equal to 0. So either this is 0 or this is 0. So when I say x minus 2 is equal to 0, x is equal to 2. See, I got the first root. And when I do x minus 3 is equal to 0, students, I get the second root,
3.
that is 3. Beautifully. And interesting thing, students, you should do this as a homework. You will get a very great concepts as a scientist, as a mathematician in this. Draw the parabola for this, and you will be very excited to see that the parabola will cut the x-axis at these 2 points. This is x is equal to 2, this is x is equal to 3. The parabola will be of this shape. How I know? Because I have practiced it. Now, if I do one more sum very quickly, let us say I have x square plus 12x plus 35 is equal to 0. How will you do middle term splitting? Take 35, multiply into 1, do the factors 7 and 5. 7 plus 5 is equal to 12, that is the coefficient of x. So this is how you do it. Thank you very much.